Hey, Joe. Hey, Robert. Tom. Chris. Red. Bryce. Lee. Good evening, Eric. Hello, Blue Eye Phil. Harshit Mishra. David. Nasty Nuit. Yo, yo, yo. Dan. With a new avatar. And Jimmy and Groovin and Alex and everyone. My God, you guys are like hopping so fast. And David and everyone. Hey guys, how you doing? All right, so okay, so here's the deal. Good evening, good evening. Yes, looking good. Now, really quickly, I'm going to address Dan. Dan, it looks like in your avatar that you have a reverse Stitch beard, or is that your shirt? Is it gray, black, gray? Hello, Alaska. Hello, Nick. Hello, Jeremy. I'm glad that you're here live. So anyway, so I was wondering about Dan's avatar. All right, so I'm going to be starting something new. Hey, from Texas, what's up? And we're starting kind of something, not something new, well, something new with Stitch Method. I know, I do. I'm the yin to your yang. Nice. We should have like a podcast where it has the beards highlighted. You just got your first Gibson Les Paul. Well, there's my this was literally my first Gibson Les Paul. Okay, so I'm gonna be starting something new with Stitch Method. Not necessarily new, nothing crazy, but I love teaching, and I love the fact that a lot of people tune into live chat, but also I do get the comments like, man, there's so much talking, and I understand that. Like, we're here live, we are partying. This is a Stitch Method party across the world. It's across the world, and that's crazy. And that's crazy cool. So what I'm doing is when I make a video now on Tuesdays when I make a video, I'll make a Stitch Method, pure Stitch Method video, and then that following Thursday will be a discussion based on the questions that I get from that video. So it'll be like, here's the video, and then here's a live kind of like question and answer. Ain't no party like a Stitch Method party. That's right. So that way we can kind of like balance out people who want to get the real lesson without all the chit chat, and I get it, all chit chat, right? And if you guys want to be part of the chit chat, which I love, you can tune in on Thursday, so everybody gets there. Hey buddy, loving the channel. You're a gift to guitarists on YouTube. Thank you, Kevin May. So I just want to stress that. And so now, just to let you know, I don't see any of my mods here. I don't see any moderators. I don't see Cheddar. I don't see anybody else, or I love the chit chat. So anybody want to be a mod for this session? Just say me. I'll be a mod, and I'll make you a mod, and then we'll start off, and then we'll have a recap and everything. So I'm just gonna wait until I see. Yeah, I'll be a mod. If you plan on being here for like the half hour, it's usually a half-hour feed. If nobody wants to do it, that's fine. I'll swipe people off. Okay. So anyway, so we'll begin. I'm just going to do a recap and some of the questions that I had from the No Eyes lesson, which, I put that up there being like, I just want to make sure, okay, you can do it. Jam Lee, you are a mod. Let's touch you right here. Let's do this. Add moderator. Boom. Let's see. Sean is always fashionably late. All right, so Jam, you are a moderator. Okay, so, and Jimmy, you are a moderator too. There you go. All right, thank you for modding. All right, so, let's get right down the point. So I launched this lesson on Tuesday, like, keep your eyes out of the game. And, I was a little worried because I know a lot of people, want to use, nice, they want to use their eyes when learning. So I'm going to just talk about really quickly about the process. You want to use, somebody asked about like the process in which like you take away your eyes. You want to use your eyes, hello Elijah, to first spot all of your notes. To make sure that you can get everything smoothly. And then you want to practice it a little bit with your eyes and make sure that what you're feeling, you start to look at with your eyes, but you start to transfer the weight of the feeling of the processing down your arm. And then you try to learn the riff, you turn your head away, and then you try to play the riff with just feeling it. And once you get it, and once you can do it without looking, you know, then it's like, okay, I can do it without looking. And now I can put my eyes back in the game just to make sure as like, as a checks and balances, but not as a guiding force in your playing. So some people ask, well, what are some good ways to practice this? Well, there ain't no better practice than a stitch method practice, right? So the best way to practice, now how many of you here, and there are hundreds of you right now, are familiar with my video, the blues soloing mindset videos? Wait, and let's see, yeah baby. The blues soloing mindset video. Yes, Dan's like my number one fan. Okay, hey, oh yes, okay. So, no, that wasn't Long Distance Runaround. That was actually a Fish song. But now that I'm playing in my head, it sounds. You haven't missed anything, BRM. Hey, Joseph Clark. The best way to practice this would be to load up that video, the blues soloing mindset video, which goes over the locations of the 1s, 4s, and 5s in your pentatonic for blues soloing. You load up a 12-bar blues backing track. And the whole idea is that your brain, you did make it, Dean. Nice to have you here. The whole idea is that you want your brain and your fingertips to know by proximity, to know by actual physical location where your 1s, 4s, and 5s are. Your 1s, 4s, 5s, and 1s. You don't want to stare at a chart. You don't want to stare at your fingers. You want to be able to go through a pentatonic and just, you know, a basic Form 1 pentatonic and go 1, 4, 5, 1, 4, 5, 1. You know, 1, 5, 4, 1, 5, 4, 1. Go back and forth. Going backwards is hard. Holy moly. I can't believe I did that. But going forward and backwards, eyes closed, and feeling where those locations are. Then you load up a 12-bar blues backing track. And what you want to try doing first is you can play it a full time through with your eyes on the prize. You can sit and make sure you're doing it, but you want to know your locations. And then what you want to do is try doing it. Try doing the blues soloing mindset without looking. Know where your 1s, 4s, and 5s are. And really adhere to holding yourself to this standard. So here I'm going to play 12 blues. I'm not going to look. I'll turn my head. You could flaunt over, whatever, over my new haircut, which took it up about 2 inches. My wife says it's too short, but it'll grow out because that's what happens. All right, so here we go. So I'm going to turn my head. And here is the 12-bar blues. Now I'm looking for my 1s, my 4s, my 5s, my 1s, my 4s, my 5s, my 1s. I'm going to try and hit on every single chord change. Here we go. Let's see. Distortion on, right? Let's see. Like that. And you want to go through and you just want to practice your 12-bar blues, 1s, 4s, and 5s with your 1, 4, and 5 locations. And you want your fingers to tell you where the story is. You want your fingers to tell you within proximity. And that's something really awesome to practice. Now, there's more to it. Before we get into the Q&A, the last thing I'm going to tell you. Now, Joe Clark, you still watching, my man? Joe is one of my personal students. Which video to learn about playing off the 1s, 4s, and 5s? That is called my blues soloing mindset. Nice. Yes, the clap and slide is good. You can incorporate all this stuff. Joe, you're here. Okay. Joe is, I don't know, about, I'd say 4.5 miles away from me. Hello, Terry. And he's watching. He's probably smiling, right? He's probably smiling right now, laughing. And the one thing I was telling him, I was teaching this. By the way, this is also part of the section of what's Joe learning. What is Joe learning is about not playing with your eyes. But more importantly, the whole idea is you got to stay connected to the fretboard, right? And Joe knows this. So I'm not pointing Joe out like, hey, Joe, you're doing it bad. Nope, this is what Joe is working on. And if Joe is working on it, all of you should be working on it too. He's a true guitar student who really gets it and he practices and does a really good job. So the thing is like, again, you don't want to look like this. You don't want to be like, watch that first finger. This is a no-no in guitar land, like this. The Never Lost Pentatonic saved your life. Really? Like, really saved your life? Literally? No, cool. I'm glad I did. I'm glad I helped out. But you don't want that first finger coming off. You don't want this. That's bad. That's bad. All right. What you want is your first finger staying down. Now, if you remember, I know you know I know that you know the episode where I was doing my thumb thing. But again, you know, blues finger. There it is, Drew. Blues finger, right? Keeping your first finger down so that you can feel. You want to practice. Okay, this is my first finger. This is a 1 fret. This is 2 fret distance. This is 3 fret distance. If I need it, this is 4 fret distance. Notice how when I did 4 fret distance, I had to tuck my elbow in because my short, little, tiny, nice trim. You notice the haircut. Thank you. My tiny hands can't really stretch that far without me kind of tucking and giving a little bit of assist. So you want to make sure that you can play with your first finger down. And you want to try doing it on every string. Okay, and you want to be able just to feel your stretches, so that when you're playing, you know, in a pentatonic, you know, within this, and if you see my blues, you know, trick number 1, 2, 3, 4, all the things that go into that, and then I played Never Lost an Angel. So the Never Lost really did save your life. You should write an article about that. All right, so, you know, with that, when you know where your fingers can be, you know that you have a 1, a flat 3, a 4, a flat 5, a 5. You have your flat 7, your major 7, and you know where they are on your fingers. So when you're playing the blues, you can sit. Greetings from Northern Arizona. Hey, Rick. All right, so now, one more time, just watch how, like, again, I'm not going to look, but watch my first finger's going to stay down as much as possible. Now, when I say staying down, of course, like, I have to move it, you know, but you don't want to, like, move it like, hey, and then come back down, like, whoa. You want to kind of stay low and connected and use it as a reference point, and that helps you not look. So, like, if I'm playing... You can see it, okay? So the first finger, practice staying down, practice not looking, practice knowing where your 1s, 4s, and 5s are with the blues soloing mindset video, and that is our lesson. You're a great teacher, love your videos. Thank you, Guitar Hack. Thank you. You got, if you're really learning, you have to change your name from Guitar Hack to, used to be Guitar Hack, right? Anyway. All right, so let's open up some Q&A. Hope you guys are enjoying this. Can you play the Never Lost up and down without looking? Yeah. Oh, God, is that a challenge? Oh, my God, okay. Tom. Ooh. Really? Let's see. I have to start here. I got lost and never lost for a second. Under the pressure. Yes. Sorry, I had to like really look up that. No snow this Sunday. Okay, so no is the answer. There you go. It's not me. So that was hard, right? So there you go. So do you have a favorite soundtrack? Oh, everybody. Do I have a... hey, guitar, KB? No, I don't have a favorite soundtrack. What do you think of the pentatonic scale with a major 6 instead of the 7th? Oh, you mean... You mean a BB box? That's what that is. And you use it. You can absolutely use it. It gives it a good zing. The 6 is a very, like, I want to say benign note, but it's not a benign note. It's a note you can absolutely use, because if you add the 6th on top of it, on top of a 7th chord, you're going to be playing kind of like an add 13. And also, the 6th note is very, very popular music, which I'm going to be getting to, or blues, which I'll be getting to, I promise. I'll be getting there, I promise. So yes. Okay, more Q&A. More Q&A. Anyone? Okay, we'll sit here. But the 6, the 6 is the beatbox. Happy to be taught by a fellow short finger. Yeah, these are short. Teach everything about 7ths. Any tip on technique when playing above the 17th fret on a cutaway guitar? No, I mean, you just gotta keep your fingers super tight. Oh yeah, and as you get closer, by the way, I'll answer that grooving guide. As you get closer, you know, you can't use your pinky, and sometimes you just end up using your middle finger. Like for Form 1, you know, you probably use your pinky down here, and then ring finger, and then maybe even middle finger, or... Did you do better than me, Kaylin? I was under pressure. I have bright light in my eyes. All right, so first I've seen it. Sweet. Okay, so did you get a chance to watch the... No, I did not. So really quickly, somebody all right. Somebody asked about Jerry Garcia's sound. It's Jerry Garcia's sound the major 7th. His sound is only the major 7th if he's playing a major 7th chord. Like that's the idea. Like if you're playing a minor chord and he hits the major seventh, the whole band's gonna be like, Jerry, you feeling okay? All right, so like Jerry Garcia plays immensely off his chord tone. So if he's playing a major chord, you know, he can add the major seven. But if he's playing a major seventh, he'll definitely putting in the major seventh. So it's not his sound. His sound is everything. It's whatever chord he's playing. Let's see if somebody can name this tune. I was just playing this yesterday with my student Peter. Let's see. If I can remember how to play it. There we go. Wow, Jared, quick. That was quick. Yo, I think I might do an in the mind of. For that, because his solo, that whatever he does in that thing on Barton Hall is like, it's awesome. So I want to take a look at that because it's phenomenal. All right, more questions. I like that you're all here. John Fogerty in the mind of. I can do a. Wait, have I done a John Fogerty reference in my live feeds? I should do it in the mind of. But I'll do a tease right now for you. I give it to all my students. Let me just write down on a piece of paper John Fogerty. Not on this piece of paper because that's an important piece of paper. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I should do this. Okay. I was just teaching a lesson. Who was it? It's so funny. I was just name this song. Let's see if we can do it. Let's see. Yes, you can, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, that's so good. But let's talk about something. Okay. Does anybody really play the D-shaped cage? Yeah, they do. Do you have a favorite? Do you have a CCR favorite? Well, we'll talk about that in a second. Okay. So really quickly, somebody asked me doing in the mind of John Fogerty. There's a lesson I teach. Now, you guys, all of you that are here, holy moly, just by a thumbs up, have you seen my what is it called? Not the cage chord. Yeah, the chord connect. Dan. It's why? First of all, Dan, thank you, Dan. I have to email you. But the funny thing is, like, that was so, thank you for the donation, Dan. But that was so random. Like, did I say a keyword? Are you playing a drinking game? Like every time he says the word like John or Fogerty, that was good. Hey, Jeff, how you doing, Jeff? It's fluster o'clock. So okay, so really quickly, you guys have seen my cage chord videos, both of them, right? The major and the minor, major, minor, major, minor. I'm just gonna wait till we see what happens here. If there's a yes, if there's like a majority of yes, okay, good. Well, one person says yes. Okay, thumbs up, yes. Anybody want a quarter? Okay. Okay, here we go. So now, I always do this when I introduce my students to the cage chord system. Now, John Fogerty is a brilliant songwriter. So I tell the story. Now, this is 100% made up, but I tell the story saying this is fabricated. But let's just put ourselves in the scenario. John Fogerty's on his. Yeah, I donate, but I just got hit with it. I'm going to get a $5,000 dentist bill, Tom. Me and you are in the same boat. So John Fogerty is sitting on the tour bus in the 60s, and he's writing this anti-war song called Fortune Son, right? And he's sitting there, and he's, right? I feel like I did this on a live feed, so if I did this, I apologize. And he's sitting there, and he's like, and his bandmates are like, hey, John, it's really good. What are the chords? He's like, well, right now it's just G, F, C, and G. And they say, we really like that. And they say, well, you got to write an intro for it. He's like, I know, right? So he sits on his tour bus, and he does what John Fogerty does. Now, John Fogerty does this to a T. He is a real big, I don't even know what the word I'm looking for. He really sees the guitar through this cage chord system type mindset, okay? So he takes the first chord, and he goes through his cage chords until he finds one that he likes. And he goes, yeah, this is a G. I like this G chord. And he sits there, and he's like, and And then so now everybody makes sense. This is a G chord, 7th fret C shape. If you haven't seen my cage chord video, watch it. All right, so play along. If you have a guitarist, play along. Play along with Stitch. 7th fret, okay. C chord shape. C chord shape. This is the G chord. There's your root note, G. And so he's like down to the F. Right? 2 frets down. There's your F. And then he goes to the C here. Yeah, to the G. And so he works his way down the cage chord system first. He says, well, instead of playing G, F, C, G, I'm going to play G here. F, C, G, right? So let me record this, and let me just record a quick backing track. Okay, so he has that, and he's playing, and he's like, yep, good. Then he does something magical by accident. Then by accident, he does something. He plays a piece of the chord. He plays this guy, and he goes like this. And he goes, oh yes. He's like, wait a second, let me try that again, on the F. He's like, yeah, okay, cool. And he's like, well, the C chord, he's like, let me play this C chord, pluck those same strings. He's like, yes. And he's like, oh my god, magic will happen if I can do the same thing in the G. And he goes, yeah, he goes. And he's like, okay. Gets a little minor bite at the end. He probably hears that part in his head. He is a musician. He's allowed to hear things. So, yes, I can play mixo. Oh, mixo without 3 notes per string? Of course. I rarely play 3 notes per string, but we'll get to that. Yes, mixolydian. Anyway, but now, so check this out. So what he does now is he takes those pieces, and now he plays them as individual notes now. Individual notes, okay? So he goes like this. Here, 1, 2, right, and... Really, Ian? There it is. So here we go. 1, 2, right, and... There you go. So there's a little In the Mind of John Fogerty live for you. You can see he takes his chord progression and D, but it's the same thing. It's a 1-4-5. Good ear, Mrs. Stitch. So there's a little in the mind of it's a 1-4-5 progression. Where were we? Hope you enjoyed that. How much time we got? About 7 minutes. What other questions did I miss? Oh yeah, no. Hey, sweetie. Dan said, "Whoa, nice ears, Mrs. Stitch." She has the best ears in the business. She has. Do you want to say hi to them? Do you want to say hi to everyone? Do you want to say hi to Mrs. Stitch? Just she'll peek in. She'll stay right here. I'll let her out of the chains. Here. So, I think they want to. I'll ask you some questions. Oh, here she is. Here's Mrs. Stitch. Here she is.
Hey everybody.
Hey everybody. So yeah, they're like, see, I'm actually married.
I'm a real person.
She's a real person, I swear. She's not an actress I pay to sit with Quinn and dance in the videos. Anyway, I love her.
Yeah.
Good ear. Okay, so she's got a really good ear. That's Mrs. Stitch. And yes, her favorite. Honestly, she wants to build a studio in the house, and Dan, you're a saint. And she has great. Yeah, Tom just wrote, she's the one that cuts your toenails. Yes, she's the one that cuts me. Tom, man, your memory is on fire. All right, so there we go. So now, before, what else can we do? In the mind of Mrs. Stitch, I have no idea what's going on in that mind of hers. I mean, she has to be somewhat crazy to marry me, right? So I can't do it. Yes, she is saying. All right, so thanks, Raymond. Okay, so any more questions before I gotta go? No, my wife doesn't play guitar, but my wife has such, yeah, her back is actually feeling a little better. She's been doing some soaks. Where's this going? What the hell am I talking about? She keeps the beard long. We need her. Yeah, I cut it down. I cut it down a little. No, I did not pay a random lady to be my wife. That's my wife, really. What year is your Les Paul? This is 92. This is, I don't think you see it. 92. So first, oh, is that, oh, the letters backwards? Yeah, it's a 92. we're gonna hold you to the late. Yeah, you know that they love each other. That whole like, yeah, that whole like, hold Yeah, that's good stuff. Okay, G major pentatonic over that. Not just the G major pentatonic. Somebody, by the way, somebody kept asking, can you play a minor pentatonic and major pentatonic both in the same area on the neck when playing the blues? And I didn't mean to go over that, but yes, if you watch my myth of the Mixolydian. Thank you, I'm getting better. If you watch my myth of the Mixolydian video, that's about mixing your major and minor pentatonic at the right time, which I always talk about in my my blues masterclass. That's the thing I have for sale, right? Yeah. When sleeping, do you dream about scales? No, I have crazy dreams. My latest crazy dream, I think I was telling my wife, was about being on the Titanic. That was weird. So on Tom. Let's see. Perfect. Thanks. Amazing somewhere to make some. Yeah. Oh yeah. That's the thing. Is like yeah, mixing. Yeah. Right, Jeff. Jeff. By the way, let's talk about Jeff. I really want to talk to you before we go. Jeff had an idea, and I think it's a cool idea. So Jeff's been one of my students, Jimmy Page. Do I play? Well, oh yes, we're learning Jimmy Page right now, and how he does this fast Moby Dick run, but we're not going to play right now. Jeff is a really good student. Now Jeff's on here, so he can tell you when he met me, he had a lot of questions. Okay. And, oh, major and minor, Jeff, yeah, that's right, we talked about that. Thank you, Jeff. Why did I not remember that? Jeff rings up, we're studying Jimmy Page's soloing, and he starts off, like he always starts off, I thought, minor to major, right? He'll sit there, he'll play a minor run, yeah, minor, 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 and end his phrases and switch over to major. It's his, like, favorite sound. Moby Dick, right? All minor pentatonic, Jeff, and then ends with a major pentatonic run. Get on it, everyone. So Jeff here, right there, who I'm pointing to, I don't know if he's on your screen like that. I've been teaching Jeff for about probably 11 months, and he had a ton of questions. Now, be honest, Jeff, you're in Oregon, so I can't physically hurt you. But on a percentage, from 0 to 100%, how much did you and I change your playing together? How much did we get your questions in line to where you're starting to really own this instrument? Percentage-wise, or just give a little like, hey, this is good. Don't worry, I'm not paying him. Do you have 100%? Okay, you can see that. 100%. And the reason that we bring that up is because he's really good, and our lessons have turned into directional lessons, into like where he has questions about something that he might not understand. And it turns out, like when we talk through it, like we both understand it. He's like, okay, great, this is how it works. So one thing that Jeff really wants to do is teach 1 or 2 people a week to help strengthen what I taught him. And there's something really amazing about being able to take what you learned and teach it to someone. So he wants to help keep sharp. Look at that. Broke Jeff out of a 20-year rut. Now, Jeff is not Jeff is not a paid actor. He's really a student that contacted me to take lessons. And so you can email me at stitchmethod, STICHMETHOD, at Gmail. If you're on my waiting list to take lessons, I'm still very, very packed, and I really do trust Jeff's ability to show you his enthusiasm and his mindset on the instrument. I think that he'll get a kick out of teaching you. What free lessons for Jeff for a year? Well, let me tell you, I mean, like, price, I don't think price will be an issue. You know, don't worry about it, just email me. But what I'm saying is Jeff's the man. You know, we analyzed everything from bluegrass to Led Zeppelin to Van Halen, to everything. And he's starting to see how it all makes sense in his hand. So anyway, so I thank you all for being here. Can we have more on intervals? Yeah, I can do some interval stuff. So, by the way, I'm going to make my next Tuesday's video. By the way, In the Mind of Neil Casale is still coming. But my, yeah, Eddie Van Halen does rule. My next video is just going to be me announcing like the new way Stitch Method will work, where Tuesday's videos will be professional, and then the Thursday live feed will be a little recap. of questions that I had, right, from that video, and some live Q&A. So if you do want to take, oh, I got to call Sean. Am I hanging with Sean tomorrow? That's a good question. Sean didn't even have the courtesy to come to my live feed. What's going on? He's probably playing a gig. I'll text Sean. Hey, you know what though? When I text Sean, like, hey man, I got to get your 1099 out, you know, and he was like, hey Betty, but then I'm like, hey, are we doing Ian and Sean? Haven't heard anything. But anyway, so we'll do some more prog talk. But if you want to try and taking some lessons with Jeff, because he sees it now. He sees it. You know, like he drank the Kool-Aid, man. He's in it. Okay, so all of you, thank you so much for coming. It was a really big pleasure working with you guys tonight. Remember, don't look. If you want to see In the Mind of John Fogerty, thank you for my mods, Jimmy and Jam, for modding. I hope that I didn't see anything go crazy, so thank you for participating, being there. How about In the Mind of Johnny Lang? I saw him live twice. Been from the start. Oh, hi and bye. Thank you, Phil. All right, guys, thank you so much. Go do stuff. I gotta cook some pancakes now for the kids. Love you all. Love you. Thanks again, Tom. You're the man. Joe, I will see you Monday. Take care, guys. Bye bye.